Hello and welcome. So I'm doing a small series of videos of my builds from the start of Path of Exile 2 beta before the first big batch hits, just to kind of record and leave I guess a memory of a showcase of a build that I've been playing it since. So we're doing multiples of this video. So this one is gonna be my warrior, which is the Warbringer, and we're doing a armor explosion with bows. So we'll go through this a little more and the gear and everything. Nothing super special. We're 89. It's totally not optimized build or anything. I just wanted to have a kind of like showcase and a record of what I did and maybe give some ideas for other people what to try as well. So let's just go and shoot a few things with our bow. And the big thing on this is we're using lightning arrow, mainly because I just like how it functions. You could totally use ice arrow or anything really. I also kind of want to do the same build on maybe a caster character later on or something. And yeah, the big thing is the armor explosion. So the big fiery explosions we're getting from almost every shot is the armor explosion. We have decent amount of area as well for it to kind of jump from enemy to enemy and chain, especially with the hell out of thunder, also doing the lightning on enemies, and also as the lightning from the lightning arrow just jumps from enemy to enemy, it goes an explosion and then it goes kind of in a chain through all the enemies. And this is nothing special also for a map. This is a tier 14 map with nothing really special on it. But I have done a bunch of 15s and 16s on this. The single target is not the best in this. Like, this is just shooting this guy with he's evasive, which kind of is annoying for attacks, I guess. But that's just with lightning arrow. We do also run lightning rod with Orb of Storms that I can use for a single target. And I've made it to consume the armor explosion so that we can keep chaining the or repeatedly doing the armor explosion on the enemy. Now let's see if we can find maybe another elite here, and then we'll go talk about the build a little more. And as you can see, it is quite nice for clearing. It's chill. I have only one projectile, as I wanted to just maximize the damage on the arrow, which could be definitely improved by having a better bow and better gear, and maybe a second arrow from one of those dual string bows. Alright, so here, let's do a... Well, let's avoid not dying, that would be good stuff. So we'll do a couple of things, and then we just shoot lightning arrows, and that just melts these guys. We'll do the same on him. So we do have a decent amount of single target if we are doing the Orb of Storms and the lightning rods, which is kind of, I guess, what everyone else is doing on lightning arrow builds anyways as well. Alright. These guys shot and I'll grab those and this and maybe those as well. And then
all mine.
We'll just portal out. If they will let me do it. There we go. Alright, just portal out and we'll talk about a little more about the build and how it goes. Alright, so for gear we are running just a decent bow. Could be way better easily. I didn't want to spend too much currency on this. Has a little chain, has a little elemental damage crit, whatever. Then just a normal armor, energy shield, armor energy shield, resistances from rings, and this build needs a lot of stats. So I have obviously a lot of stats from this, and then a quiver, and of course a little more expensive part of the build, which does help quite a bit, is the Hand of Wisdom and Action, HOVA, that is pretty much everyone runs these days, as it is such a good way of scaling. I got this one for cheap because the corruption was, well, not the best. It doesn't have also quality or a socket, so it was cheap. And for me, the break armor is actually really great, so it fit my build and I got it cheap, so that's great. Also, the belt is nothing special. For skills, I'm running 4 links currently. So we have Lightning Arrow with the Tempo, Lightning Mastery for level, Long Shot, because we're shooting pretty far, and then the Explosion Chain, and then Armor Explosion, which is the kind of focus of the build, I guess. we're also running the Lightning Rod, exploit weakness for removing the armor. Consumes fully broken armor to deal 50% more damage. And also consuming the armor as these lightning rods are on the enemy and constantly keeps zapping on the rares or bosses. It constantly consumes the armor break, which then allows me to repeatedly do the armor break as well on the boss. Concentrate for more damage. Electrocute, which actually kind of works great. This Electrocute with Neural Overload from Orb of Storms, which I bought stack on the boss. Actually causes quite a bit of electrocution very quickly. Because they just hit so many times so quickly when there's a bunch of lightning rods and 2 of these persistent overabundance Orb of Storms, and there's just so much chaining lightning going everywhere. And it actually works pretty great. And electrocution also is surprisingly long for like a stun kind of effect on a elite, so it's actually really great. And then we're running Grim Feast as we're doing Energy Shield like everyone else. And then Overwhelming Presence for Element Threshold and Stun Threshold. I just put something more or less in there because I had some energy. Spirit left over. The Element Threshold is nice, obviously, for shocking, so the Herald of Thunder works better and so on. And then I've been running Scavenged Plating, which is okay. I actually currently don't seem to have the strength for it. It's nice, it adds a little armor, but armor is what it is currently. If armor gets better, this is definitely going to be better. And then I have Herald of Ash and Herald of Thunder that I'm running out as well. And also I have some more armor break on the Herald of Thunder also. So that we can break the armor more. And that's pretty much the skills I'm running. And then from the 3 here, we are a Warrior. And I think actually Warriors get a lot of shit currently, and for a reason, and it is the Mace skills. Mace skills, absolutely terrible. I tried them. I was actually trying them on a Mercenary, because I was trying to do something silly, as I always do. But they just feel terrible, absolutely terrible. So, but for other stuff, I think Warrior is actually really, really good. Anything attack-based, Monk skills on a Titan, amazing. Warrior, this armor break stuff, I love the armor break because you get this break armor equal 10% of a hit delta. So you're not tied to physical damage, you're not tied to melee hits, it's any hit damage. So spells, bows, which I'm using here, and I would actually love to do this on a caster character, which I might do if there's a reset at some point or something. I might do this, or maybe once the druid stuff gets in, and it's kind of conveniently right here, right there, I might do a armor break druid with this, and then this one is kind of useless, but I have a problem with this ascendancy with this, so we only have 3 of the 4 ascendancies, which is pretty much the same for all of my characters, so these characters have room to grow, except the problem is, all of this is kinda useless. I have tried shields. We're using bow, we can use shields, so all of this block stuff is basically useless. And, yeah, so it's whatever. This could be interesting for a caster build. So, Armor Explosion caster, this could be actually pretty decent for that. And then the Warcry stuff is mostly useless as well for this build. There is that Encased in Jade, or the Jade Heritage, which does give you the skill Encased in Jade, which I am using, which gives you the buff, and the buff is basically just reduces 10% of physical damage taken, which is something, but that's not. It is the actual Encased in Jade that does this thing, and you can't move or shoot or do anything for like 4 seconds. And you get like 5,000 extra health. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely useless. But the stacking buff is actually pretty decent. And then for 3, we had to go basically down here because we have very high stat requirements. Because we are running a Herald of Ash, we need a lot of strength. We're running a Herald of Thunder, we need a ton of dex. We also use bows, so my bow requires 200 and something. Funnily, it shows I don't have the dex because I'm running the nodes down here. That reduces the requirement, but it's not reflected in the UI currently. So it looks like I can't actually use my skills or my spells, but I do actually have enough. And then we're running also, so we're running in dex, strength, and int. So we need we are almost a stat stacker, and also we are running Hova, which benefits from strength and intelligence. So almost, I mean, Astra Mentis would be lovely to replace that. But also, I mean, stats are nice in general. I get some health, I get some things, I get some mana. Also down here is a good attack speed, which is always nice, and blind, which doesn't really do much. And then since we are doing lightning, a lot of lightning, especially thanks to the Hova. Non-crits are lucky, is great. We are not really doing crit. I might think my carry chance is like non-existent currently. Crit could be an interesting vector to scale the builder. So yeah, 5%, so basically useless. So we're always non-crit basically. So lucky on that, and then all of this lightning stuff is nice. Also on this side, there's the two-handed weapon thing. So bows are two-handed, even though you have the quiver. So this gives me area and damage. Reduces the attack speed, but damage is nice. And we have some armor break nodes. We are basically trying to get all of the area and attack damage, as we can see. There's more area. Break armor also nicely in the same spot. We're getting some armor stuff, but then we're going heavily to the west here. More area. And then we come, why I also wanted to document this, because this build will get wrecked as the game gets patched. So we are running all of this and all of this, which are the shape-shifting stuff for Druid. So there's the Sharpened Claw, Tough Claw, Swift Claw. And currently it's all just attack damage, attack damage, attack damage, attack damage, attack damage, and attack damage. And once these gets changed, like these are not staying like this. These are a placeholder currently. So once the Druid get added, this portion of the tree will be not possible. But I do like that there is a lot of other attack stuff in here. Also more attack speed, and you could do stuff while we are here also. There is some other... There is this nice attack area wheel here as well, which would be lovely. So we have other options, but we would lose some damage. And I also wanted to do some armor energy shield stuff on this one. So I did go for these. As energy shield here is the way to scale survivability. And these do help quite a bit. I do like especially this one. So that my shield regen is like super fast. But yeah, that's how we survive currently. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. It goes pew pew with the bow, explode stuff. I do love the armor explosion stuff, and I'm really looking forward to doing that on a caster, like as an extra AoE explosion. I have some really nice idea for that. One of them would be Leaving Bomb from the staff. It's one of the weapon abilities. I'll showcase another build actually running that, but not in this ascendancy. And I would also like to do some other casters. Bone Storm could be interesting with that as well, with some lot of bones and armor breaking and things. So yeah, this is definitely something I want to do again on a different character. The armor explosion is fun. I like explosions, and I like secondary effects happening. So it's definitely something I will do. I also do have a couple gems, but they are basically just elemental damage, projectile damage, attack speed, nothing special. You could also, if you want some more AoE, this would be a good vector for AoE. You got lots of easy access, especially if we go here, then there's another one there, and you could grab some of these for that. There is more armor break as well, actually very easily accessible, like here and down here, which I did actually previously have. But also this one gives armor break down here. But when you reach to a certain point of damage later in your build, and my damage is not the best, like this, there's a lot of room for improvement on that. You start to break enough armor, because the armor doesn't scale that much on enemies. Although you do want to avoid like armored enemies, for example, because that just really neuters your armor break. But most enemies don't have that much armor. So you don't, as it's a portion of your hit, 10% here, and then all the scaling. you don't need more armor break, because you're already breaking the armor anyways with one shot or two shots, and all the Herald of Thunder and all that helping with that, so it is not necessary. But I did run some of these earlier, and it did help quite a bit. But yeah, that's my Warbringer bow armor breaker. Pretty damn fun. I enjoyed this one. This is one of my highest level characters at 90. I feel currently there's not really point for me or incentive for me to run like a late game characters and do endgame bosses and everything. I'll just do that all later when all the patches and tuning comes in and there's more reason for me to invest in a build. Now I just want to try different builds and try some different ideas and showcase some ideas. This is I think my 13th. Well, no, but I have a total of 13 or 14 builds already this league. I have played a bunch, and I will be playing more. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is my first video for the series, and we'll do another one, so maybe showcasing all of those 14 and more ideas. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.